Welcome to Future Jobs, the podcast where we dive deep into the minds shaping tomorrow's economy. I'm your host, Fahad JobsWala, and each week I ask visionary thinkers, creators, and rule breakers one burning question. What does the future work really look like? Today's guest is someone who doesn't just predict the future, she helps people create it. Please welcome Jeannette Meier, a doctor of philosophy, intuitive leadership coach, and founder of the Positive Impact Movement. She's a systems engineer turned soul centered guide, a creator of the Guru Self Mastery Blueprint, and host of the Leadership Circle podcast. Janet believes that the jobs of tomorrow will demand more than skills, and they'll require self awareness, purpose, and the authenticity. In this episode, we're gonna cover a lot of things, including how conscious leadership is reshaping work, why inner mastery is the new competitive age, and what it truly means to lead from the inside out. To plug in, stay curious, and let's step into the future, starting from within. So, hi, Jane, how are you?
Thank you so much, Fahad. Thank you so much for the introduction. I'm very okay. I'm very happy to be here. I'm honored. I appreciate your invitation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Janet, and it's honored to have you here on the show to squeeze your life experience here, which I
Mhm.
always like to do. And we are lifelong learners. We are learning from each other. So, what is your story?
Well, my story today, I've learned to be in the now, to live in the now, enjoy what we have in the present moment now, and create from there. I'm Well, I actually have two jobs. One is at a company, but I'm the director and I'm leading the company. So a beautiful team of 20 people, in which I do heart leadership, conscious leadership. So I apply what I talk about. And then I'm hosting, like you said, the Leadership Circle podcast. That for me, it's amazing because it's very nurturing. It's really co-creating conversations with others, no heart-to-heart conversations, where it's unscripted, and it's a place where we just are enjoying the being and the sharing in that moment. So yes.
Wonderful, Janet. And it's nice that you started your own podcast, the Leadership Circle podcast. It's pretty amazing. And the way podcast is thriving nowadays, we are seeing uh, there are many podcast hosts, a lot of people are running their own podcast. And there was a time when we used to watch podcasts and we used to think, oh, how nice it is that they're talking like each other in a studio, but it's now happening. So, Jenny, first of all, what do you mean by conscious leadership? Could you tell us more about that?
But for me, it's it's conscious leadership, it's self leadership, it's heart leadership. It's really a leadership that it's being the change you want to see, being yourself. So that's why it's very important. The self leadership, no, it's being your own leader. So being your own guru for yourself, and it's living. I say from the inside out. It's leading from the allow yourself to be who you are and create what you love. That's when you are leading. You're leading yourself and you are leading others, because you are sharing your wisdom, your uniqueness with uniqueness of others. Just hard being in co-creation,
Exactly, exactly. That's really wonderful. And it's great that you're spreading this awareness. being your own guru and having the rights for your own self first. First we become our own guru. First we have to become our own guru. If we can't even lead ourselves, how can we lead others, right?
Yes, yes. And if you don't love yourself, how can you love others? And if you don't value yourself, how can you value others? And if you don't respect yourself, how can you respect others? No, at the end, it's really um, being self-aware, understanding that everyone is the same, but also everyone is unique. Everyone has their own experiences. Everyone has their own life. Everyone is walking their own shoes. So you're seeing things from your side, from your shoes, but you know that everyone else has their own timings. But what you are leading, you are leading from the heart. So there's a value, a respect, and love, and understanding. And what you are creating, what you are leading, is because you think and you believe and you feel it's the best for yourself and for others. So one additional thing I would say the conscious leadership is really servicing others. So it's servicing yourself, but servicing others and being here in this world for something bigger than yourself, because you are here just a servant. You are here just to co-create and co-create a new earth, co-create a new world, co-create. I can go into the business, whatever, but I don't do it myself. I do it with the people that are in the business. I do it with the people that are in a project. It's not only me, it's everyone. So it's really co-creating together. So that's leadership.
It's really wonderful. And so it seems like that you're also a big fan of traveling. Currently, you're in Spain, and you've mentioned you're basically Italian. So could you tell us how traveling, in a lot of countries, shape your mindset and how it benefited you?
Well, yes, I grew up in many places. I was born in Venezuela, and when I was 1 year old, we traveled to. We lived 6, 7 years in Italy. My first language is Italian. Then in Switzerland 4 years. My father was Swiss German. My mom is Cuban, and we then went to Venezuela, German school. So for me, traveling and living in many places um, has made me flexible, has made me adjustable. I can adjust, and to different cultures. I understand that we are not fixed, we are not boxed in. Everyone is different, and it's for us to adjust wherever we go and respect the cultures where we are living. And in addition, the languages at the end are shaping your mind in a certain way. Every language you learn, it's shaping your mind in a certain way, because there are new pathways, and it opens your perception. It opens, yeah, basically it helps you open the perception, knowing that also your way of seeing things is not necessarily the way that things are, because you are seeing them from your experience or from where you come. But everyone has their culture and their experience, and so traveling has been a gift. I traveled a lot and changed schools a lot when I was a child, but I'm really very grateful for that, because I had the opportunity to to see different things, different cultures, understand them, and yes, and know that we are in this earth, and it's a beautiful earth, and everyone is different, everyone is unique, even if we are the same humans. So it has been my it has opened my mind and my perception to what I am today. When you ask me who I am, let's say geographically, I'm a earthling. I cannot tell you I'm Swiss, I'm Venezuelan. No, I'm not from the place I was born. I'm from the place where I've been collecting experiences. So I'm really from the earth. Yeah.
It's really wonderful, and it really shows that how it affected you. So you transitioned from systems engineering to soul-centered leadership. What was the moment that made it shape your definition of success?
Well, success is not one point in time. No, success for me is abundance. Abundance is not money. It's not currency. Abundance is really enjoying life, living every moment as the last moment, and living your life as what you want to see, and being the example of what you want to see in the world. That's success. Now, when you are able to really be in one moment in time, being here with you, Fahad, I'm enjoying it. I don't prepare. I just live and share from the inside out, from the heart, what comes out. And for me, that's success. Is to really being freedom to be who I am and to create what I love. And so it's not one point in time. It's really all the time I'm able to live my life like this, open hearted, no, sharing and servicing others, and being there, listening, not thinking up front, not thinking into the back, into the past, but really being here with you, enjoying the time. And yeah, and it took me a while to surely, and I'm still learning because everything has to do with exploration, experiencing, and practicing to be here in the moment. Took me a while. I'm a systems engineer, so a systems engineer is very structured. I grew up, I did a German school, so structured, organized, planning, goal, all those things. And it took me a while to get into this freedom of being, and has been happening a lot in the last 20 years when I decided to change my life and start over. I lived in New York. I worked for United Nations. I was married, and I decided to start loving myself, because I didn't know myself. So I came here to Barcelona and to Spain, even if the first years I traveled every year to the UK. But I learned to love myself and to value myself, which is not the same thing. Loving and valuing yourself is not the same thing. And but through that, I went through many experiences. Let's say I fell a lot of times, but I stood up many more times. And I understood that at the end, success is not a goal; it's a way of living. It's this beingness, which is so important, and it's this sharing with others and this co-creating. I'm giving to you, and I'm receiving to you simultaneously, because I give from my heart and I receive from my heart to my heart directly at the same moment, and I'm enjoying and loving the living.
Exactly. Wonderful. Wonderful. Actually, you know what? It's my favorite question. It has become my favorite question, that what is the definition of success? Because before, when I didn't start my podcast, I used to think that maybe success is to uh get a lot of money, to become a millionaire and something like that. But when I start listening from others that what success means to them, my my concept of success just simultaneously changed. And now I think they're saying that uh it's not something to get to the goal. It's not the way we used to think. It's basically to live your life beautifully. And many people die, but they still don't know at their last time, even that
Yeah.
where did they spend their whole life, you know? So it's really important to live your every moment, to free your every moment and enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Love it, and expand with it with every moment. From every moment, you are able to learn something. I'm learning from you now, and I'm expanding because I'm here with you. I'm not in the thinking of something in the future or in the back, or I'm here with you. So I'm learning from you, and I really appreciate being with you here and really sharing this space. And that's success. That's success. And I love that. I really appreciate your invitation. And for me, that's part of my success because I'm loving to be here with you. I'm free to be here with you and create with you.
Wonderful. How long have you been conducting the Leadership Circle podcast, and what initially inspired you to take this action?
Well, the Leadership Circle podcast, I think it's from 2022, at the end of 2022 that I started, 2025. No, I think 2023. Time passes by quickly. But, and it came, like I'm saying, I'm living from the inside out. So one thing, what it means is really, I'm listening to my heart. So that this means I'm listening to intuition. No? And I've learned throughout the years also not to rush and not to push to do things because you are being told, you're being told, and you've been educated to live from the outside in, always looking outside, 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 and doing, you have to do, you should. And while I was doing that many times, I went against the wall many times. Mm. So I really learned to be patient, to pause and listen to insights, to know what to do next. So the Leadership Circle podcast comes from one of those insights where I listened to the heart. I got this idea in which I said, okay, this is something I love to do because I had a community before. As I said, the Positive Impact Movement was a community before. And in this community, we explored, experienced, and practiced a lot to be in the heart and listening and having conversations. But I closed it or opened it up, let's say, like close the community and then become the movement. And so I didn't know what to do next. And I told myself, okay, you've learned to just pause and listen, and something will come. Some idea will come. And one night I was reading a book. Usually it happens to me when I read a book because I'm so relaxed and I'm reading, so information comes in, no? And I get like an insight, an idea. And so I got the idea of, well, if I had these conversations during the community, why cannot I have them outside and create a podcast? And that's what I did. I don't know. I don't know where the podcast is going to lead me, but I know that I am enjoying it tremendously. And I get nourished every time I'm co-creating an episode with someone else. So this is what I'm enjoying now. Where it's leading me, I don't know. And it will come also. I'm just responding to an insight and I'm enjoying it a lot. It's also success for me because I love it. And let's see where it takes me. But yes, that's how my Leadership Circle podcast came into life.
That's super amazing, and as you mentioned, that is also success. Uh, Actually, we think too much, before taking any initiative. We think too much that how it is going to be. Uh, it's great to think about the result, but not every time. When we think too much, when we start overthinking, we just
Mm.
loses the opportunity, and opportunity just goes from our hand.
Yeah.
So you took this initiative, didn't think that how it's gonna benefit you, and how much, or whatever, but you just started your podcast and you're now enjoying it. So that
Mhm.
that, that is the I would say the main point here. That just when you are thinking to start something and you think it's good, who just started while thinking, too much about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's we are told many times to do things perfect. We are told to think and see what we have to do and everything. And no, the mind is secondary. When you feel something and you have an insight of creating something, just do it, and then you see, you explore, you will experience what it feels and what it's good for you. You will be learning something you didn't know about yourself, because as soon as you put the mind before doing it, you're limiting the options and the opportunities of the outcome. When you do it and you explore, you look back and you say, "Oh, wow, I did this. I didn't know I could be able to do that. Or I didn't know this is the way I should have done it." No, because when you put the mind, you're limiting. When the mind is thinking based on your experience in the past. But there are so many things that you don't even know that exist, because your mind is looking into the past to create the future. So whenever you have an insight, just explore it, respond to it, and then you see if you like it or not. You can always choose to continue or leave it, but take the step. Take the step, because the step can bring you to amazing places where you never have imagined, because your mind never could have imagined those places.
Exactly that, Janet. So you talk about becoming your own guru, right? So what does that really mean in the context of careers and leadership today?
Yeah, I say, you know that we are bombarded by marketing. And the marketing says, follow this guru, no? And you read books and you follow the steps of someone else, and you go and do training and courses and the steps of someone else. At the end, those gurus, it has served them what they are explaining, but it doesn't necessarily serve you, because you are unique. You have your unique experience. So if you follow someone else, remember always that that person has a different life, a different experience, and that those steps have served them. And it's for you to understand that maybe not all of those steps serve you. Just select, discern what's good for you. No, don't follow blindly. So when I say follow your own guru, it's really looking into yourself, looking into what serves you, listen to your heart, to inner wisdom, respond to your insights, because those are the ones that show you the way, your way. So you are your own guru. It's good to look outside, okay. At the end, we're co-creating. At the end, we're looking outside and we're learning from others, but you're taking in what serves you, not everything. What serves you. So you are your own guru, because you are the only person that knows what's best for you. And that information comes from inside, not from the outside. This information comes from within, from who you are, from what you know, from what the feelings you get from your heart, the information, the insights. Those tell you what's best for you, not the guru outside. So be your own guru is being yourself, listening to yourself.
Oh, wonderful. If I understood this correctly, so you're talking about the people who are now we're seeing, selling the Canva courses, selling the AI and such kind of courses. So you're like talking about them too.
I talk about anyone that has written a book, or someone that sells himself or herself, I don't know, someone that will take you out of your misery, or anyone that goes on stage, any TV personality, anyone that says that they can help you. Yes, they might help you. Just listen, observe what goes well for you, but don't follow blindly those steps. The leadership, conscious leadership, is about really being a self leader. So really listen to yourself. What you get from these personalities, and take in what serves you. And many times, not even you don't have to listen outside. You really have to respond to those intuitions and then act upon them, now explore them, and that's being your inner guru. So gurus, yeah, gurus can be gurus, no, the gurus. It can be authors, it can be speakers, it can be anything. But use them as inspiration, but not as uh, blindly following and forgetting about what's you, who you are.
Exactly, exactly. As you're talking about Guru, that character in the Minions movie, just coming again and again in my mind. His name is also Guru. If somebody had watched the movie, it's just very funny. So thank you so much, Jeannette
Mm.
Meier, for coming and for giving me a precious and valuable time for the conversation. We already have scheduled the podcast before, but at that time I was at my granny's house. Because of her health issues, and I was having technical difficulties again and again. And today, when she just came into the show, I was again having that, and I thought that, now we're gonna again reschedule, but now we finally did it, and I'm very happy that we finally, and it was full of the conversation went full of insights, and these insights and for those people who really want to take. So it was full of amazing insights and amazing experiences where Janet, she explained uh, how we can be the great leader, how we can adopt great leadership skills. And she mentioned about those people who are trying to provide you mismatched information by providing you their whatever, they're just doing it for the marketing, just for their just to sell their product, but they're
Yes.
providing mismatched information and spreading that. So thank you so much, guys, for listening and watching for this show. I hope you like and try to meet you soon with an amazing podcast. And then stay peace and take care of yourself. Goodbye.